What's going on, guys? This is the review tube, and now we're going to take a look at the new Beast Kingdom Dark Knight Batman figure. So let's take a look at this guy. So I've just opened it up, and one thing I've noticed are the head sculpts. I will dive deep into that later, but for now, let's just get this guy into a natural standing pose, and I will be right back. So here we have Batman in a classic museum pose, and he is a bit bigger than your standard McFarlane figures. Here is my custom painted McFarlane Batman next to him, so he won't fit in with that scale. So expect that and don't buy it if you don't want him to stick out like a sore thumb, you know. But he is a very nice figure, and the detail and paintwork is really amazing compared to the price. I got it for a little over 50 bucks, so that is a really good price. So let's go over articulation, shall we? Now, starting with the head, it is very limited when it comes to looking up, so this is the maximum he can go. And it is a very, very weird solution because they decided to give him this removable loose neck piece, you know, that fits over this really big double ball joint. And then the head goes on. So you can't really look, he can't really look up. He can look sideways, you know, 360 standard stuff, but this neck piece is going to flop around a bit and it's really loose. Also, I think they could have made it a bit thicker because I think his neck could be a lot thicker. It's a bit thin as it is right now, but I guess it's fine. And the head sculpt, man, it's really, really good. I would argue it's better than the Hot Toys one on the DX-19. So they really, really nailed that. So I can live with this neck. It's not a big deal. So, but it does have a limited range of motion because of this piece. But other than that, it's a really, really, really nice head sculpt. One negative I would like to bring up is the shoulders. Now the shoulder joint is fine. It can go out a little bit past 90 degrees, but it's the shoulder pads. Now they are in a hinge up here, but they can move forward. So when you bring his arms to the front, these are gonna stick out and it's not a good look. So you should be aware of that. Like this is not a great look. So try to pose him where the shoulder pads stay in place and they don't stick out this much. Because like this, it looks fine, but if you get crazy with the posing, it's gonna stick out and you have no way of moving them. Onto the chest piece. It has a very wide range of motion, you know, extremely wide range of motion. You can pose it any which way you want. And also the torso can go in any direction you want to. So you have a very, very wide range of options. You can have him hunching down, you can have him leaning back. If you lean him back too much, there is gonna be a gap, but you can cover it up if you're smart like this. So that's not a big deal. Otherwise, he has a bicep joint. He can go 360. A double bend at the elbows, very nice. And a wrist peg that can hinge and can go 360. Let's go through the leg articulation as well. He can do a pretty nice split, as you can see. And also, you can drop down his legs, you know, there's gonna be a gap here, but you can have a much wider range of motion if you do that. And if you want to have him in a museum pose, you just push it back and it's kind of seamless like this. So it is a very nice option. He has a double bend at the knees. He has a very nice ankle pivot as well. And they are pretty sturdy. Like if you want to get him into a pose, he doesn't come with a stand, but he can hold his own very nicely like this. So you don't have to worry about loose ankles. This guy's gonna hold his own. He's not gonna fall over on your shelf. It is just a great ankle joint. I really, really like that. So that's basically all about articulation. One thing I'd like to mention is the cape. Now it is a wired cape, but it's not really, you know, you can't do the flying pose with him. It's not big enough. Now with the Batman Begins figure, they gave him a massive cape. Like you can do all sorts of stuff with it. Now detail wise, it's much better than McFarlane. So They decided to use black plastic as a base, which is really nice. I was always annoyed with McFarlane using gray plastic as the base because the suit is clearly black in the movie. And they painted it, these parts, with a really nice gunmetal silver with just the right amount of sprinkle to it, you know? I think it's really nice, and the suit overall is not too shiny, not too matte. It's just the right amount of black and matte mixed together, you know? So I'm really happy with that. The paint job on the belt is also impeccable in my opinion. The color, they got it right, exactly, and there's a sufficient amount of detail and sculpting on there, so you're not gonna have a problem with that either. Now, as for the back, again, really accurate. They didn't really need to paint anything here, so that's fine. And I did notice that they have these little holes here in the back, and my immediate thoughts were that they were planning to do the Hong Kong backpack parachute accessory, but I think they skipped out on it, or maybe they will do a figure and release it with that. But I think these holes are suitable for him having that backpack. I think they just decided not to include it, which I don't know why. So yeah, but if you are a customizer and you maybe 3D print a piece, a backpack piece, you can stick it in here and you can remove the cape and you can have the Hong Kong look, which is pretty nice. It's a really good option, so it's good to know. So besides everything, this guy is really versatile, and you can do a lot of poses with it. I'm gonna share some poses during the video. We will see pictures. But let's talk about the accessories first. So I'm gonna lay this figure down, and he comes with a variety of hands. You have these open palm hands, you know, for grabbing stuff. He's very aggressively reaching out for something. And you have these very relaxed hands. So these are very neutral. You get a pair of everything. So the next ones are for the grapple gun. So here you have the grapple gun, which is painted really nicely, unlike the McFarlane one. So that is a plus. And this fits in his hand perfectly. So you will have no problem with it. You also have a batarang holding hand, and it can hold a batarang perfectly. You get two individual batarangs. They are really nicely painted and they're quite sharp as well, so be careful. So that is really cool. And you have a bomb, which he used in The Dark Knight Rises and in Batman Begins as well. And of course you get the fists, which came included with the figure. So you have a very nice selection of hands. I think it's more than enough. They could have included, you know, the EMP gun from The Dark Knight Rises or the sticky bomb gun from The Dark Knight, but they didn't really have to do that. And you can get really creative with these accessories, so I don't mind them not including those. And for the price, I mean, this is reaching Mayfex quality in my opinion. Like, the posability is really nice. The head sculpt is crazy good. I consider the overall shape and mold of this cowl better than the DX-19, in my opinion. Like, they really nailed it. I think it's impeccable. And also the detail and the sculpt overall is really nice. So if you want a relatively affordable Dark Knight figure, just get this Beast Kingdom one. You will not be disappointed. It is extremely versatile. It is really detailed. And the main two negatives are only this neck piece and the shoulder pads, but you can get around those, or maybe you can mod the shoulder pads as well, so you can get them off the hinges, you know, and insert a magnet and glue it to the shoulders themselves. So yeah, if you have the chance and you don't already have a Dark Knight figure that you are really content with, then I would recommend this, because this is a really great option. All right, so thanks for watching, and hope to see you guys next time.